Hello everyone, it's Mike with another Replica Airguns preview video. Now before I actually went into the full reviews of these guns, I wanted to at least get a quick video out to you so you can have a peek look at these guns. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I just wanted to cover some of the basics. Now two of these guns are airsoft guns and one is a BB gun, 4.5mm BB shooter. The two airsoft guns, first of all, we have the King Arms Colt M4A1 in 6mm airsoft, and then we have the Western Arms Smith & Wesson Shorty 40 cal, and this one is also an airsoft 6mm BB shooter. And lastly we have the Swiss Arms GSR 1911 right here, and this is a BB shooter. Comes as a kit with a laser sight, glasses, and some BBs. Now these two products right here I sell in the Replica Airgun store. That would be the Colt M4A1 and the GSR 1911. Now the GSR 1911 is only in the Canada store, and as I said, it comes as a kit. It's kind of an exclusive item. Now the Colt M4A1, we do sell in both the Replica Airguns Canada and US stores. Now in the US store it's going to be slightly different because of my supplier. The configurations may be a little bit different as far as I actually have two versions of them. So take note when you look through the actual product, take note of what comes with it and what the feet per second. There are some differences, but the basic overall guns are very similar. So in other words, this is the Canadian version. If you're shopping in Canada and you're buying this gun, this is the exact gun you'll get. Alright, so let's take the two pistols off the table quickly here and we'll focus on the Colt M4A1. Now again, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. Essentially this is an AEG, it's an electric shooter, so there's a motor that pulls the spring back, and that spring creates airflow which then fires the BB, and this gun shoots in both semi and full auto, somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 to 400 rounds in this magazine here. It's not a blowback gun by any means. We have the full metal upper and lower receiver. Let me get into this just a little bit. We have the nylon stock, multi-position stock. I'll show you that quickly. Nylon foregrip area here, metal handle, carry handle, metal sights, metal barrel. This gun really has all the metal parts in the actual places where you'd find it on the real gun. Now I've added a couple things here. I've added the scope and this little rail that actually gives it an even plane here. So it's designed to fit on the actual carry handle and create a level field for the scope. So I've added these two parts, and I painted the tip. The red tip just had to go. I went down to my local airsoft store to get an actual metal black tip, but they were all out, so I painted it. And why not? It actually looks pretty good. It was a bit of a bugger to get off, I'll have to be honest. It took a bit of work to get it off, but once it came off, painted her up, put it back on, looks good. Now it's a little shiny. I wouldn't have minded using a little bit of a flatter paint, but you got to use what you got lying around. So I might get a metal tip for it down the road, but it's just fine. So while we're here, we'll take a quick look. Metal sights. Here's the actual foregrip, and the battery goes in here. I'll show that in the full review. Metal receiver, and you can see here when you pull this back, it opens up your bolt area where you can get at your hop up. Kind of neat. And then there's actually on this side, this area here, when you push that in, makes the whole bolt area go forward and hiding the hop up. Pop that forward. You can see here you have your assist here, and this would be to if you were shooting the real gun, you'd push this forward to help move the bolt forward if it was sort of binding a bit. Now we'll move it over on the other side real quick here. You can see we have our different, we got safe, there's nothing in here, I've checked it. Semi-auto, full auto. Alright, multi-position stock. 6 positions on this. And this whole tube here, recoil tube, is actually metal. You can see here we have our loops for any type of strap you want to put on here. Nylon handle. I believe the trigger's metal as far as I can tell. I mean really everything. You've got tons of branding on this gun. Tons all over the place. Now there was some stickers hiding this, said made in Hong Kong. This gun is made in Hong Kong. But you can see we have all of the different actual licensing even on the barrel. Check this out, see if I can get it to focus. There you go, NATO 556. Very cool. And on the other side, very nice gun. And really quickly, I just want to show you something. Very impressed with the accuracy here. This is from 30 feet out in a semi-rested position, and not bad. This shot literally a 2-inch group. That's not bad at all for airsoft. You know, a couple flyers. I could have maybe got this into a 1-inch group. I wasn't really shooting, like I wasn't slowing down shooting. I just wanted to get 10 rounds into this target and see what it did. And when I got up to the target, I was really impressed. So it's not bad at all. And I did chrono it really quickly with .20 gram BBs, and it came in around 415 to 420 because this one has been up-tuned to be importable into Canada as an all-metal gun. Alright, so moving into the pistols. Again, really quickly going to go over these guns. Now, I haven't shot the GSR 1911 by Swiss Arms, but I have shot the Western Arms Smith & Wesson Shorty 40. I like saying that, Shorty 40. It kind of sounds good. And so I'll talk a little bit about the Shorty 40 first of all, and give you a little bit of a background on this gun. You might be wondering, where did you get that from? Now, I did a little bit of looking online for it, after I bought it that is, and it's not a very common gun. You can purchase it overseas as far as I can tell, maybe a few different places. Probably by the time you landed it, you're going to be paying anywhere from $200 to $250 for this gun. I picked it up for 50 bucks used. I just kind of happened to stumble on it in my local Army surplus store, and I just saw it there behind the glass counter, and I asked to take a look at it, and the guy said, oh, this thing, it's basically a paperweight, it doesn't work. They call it the Graveyard Special. And so I took a look at it, and I thought, you know what? Neat gun. Now, it's not all metal, but it's very heavy. I don't even think the slide is metal, but most of the internal parts are metal. The magazine is metal. The gun weighs a nice weight. I'd say it weighs about 1.5 pounds, and it's blowback. A lot of metal internal parts, as you can see. Very realistic. A lot of licensing on this gun all throughout. Yeah, shouldn't be anything in here. I've checked it. Funny thing is, I got it home, put some propane in it, threw some BBs in there, went outside, gun works perfectly. So I don't know what they're talking about. They said they spent a few hours working on it and couldn't get it to work. I put some propane in it, take it outside, gun works beautifully. I guess my gain, their loss. $50. Crazy. These guns in all black are very hard to find in Canada. Someone went to some expense bringing this in, importing it somehow. I don't even know the history of it, but it got in. They're not illegal to own. They're just really hard to import. And so now I have an all black Shorty 40. Not too bad. And by the way, I did chrono that really quickly, and I got about 250 to 260 feet per second, which is about what it's supposed to get. So it's shooting just fine. I shot it on target. This is from 20 feet out in a freestanding position. Again, I'd say, well, with the exception of this flyer, another 2-inch group, which is very respectable for a pistol, freestanding. Alright, now getting into the Swiss Arms BB pistol. Again, 6mm airsoft, 4.5mm steel BB. Different types of guns here, right? And this gun is for sale. I did have it on special for $59. The regular retail price is $79. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to end up pricing this at permanently. I may drop it a few bucks depending on how it performs. And the reason I might do that is because it is an all plastic gun. That said, it does come with a laser. It's not a super high quality laser. You may need to work with it a little bit to get it to sight properly, but I'm sure with a little playing around. And it does have a pressure switch, which is kind of neat. Now, it does have a double action trigger. There's no CO2 in here. Fixed slide. Everything is fixed on this gun. It does have some branding, licensing on it. It does have a full-size dropout metal magazine. That is a plus. And this looks like a generic magazine that you can get for some other guns on the market. So they might fit in there. I have to double check. We'll check that out for the full review. And it also does come with some BBs, and I haven't even pulled the glasses out, and some glasses. Now, when you take the laser, the glasses, well, the BBs, they're not worth that much, but when you put everything into consideration, maybe $70 gun, not really that bad. I mean, the glasses and the laser, that's probably going to cost you at least 20 bucks. And if you compare other all plastic guns like the Smith & Wesson M&P, which comes in at around 50 bucks right there, then, you know, depending on how well this gun performs, it may be good value. And if you're into a 1911 style gun, not bad. Now, the weight isn't terribly bad because of the added laser and different things on here. Now, once you get a full CO2 in here and some BBs, it'll add just a little bit more weight. It's not super heavy, Again, I haven't shot it yet. I'm hoping it will perform well for me. If it performs well, then I'll probably give it a thumbs up, at least as a low-cost gun. Now, I do prefer blowbacks and all-metal guns, as do a lot of my viewers. But there is a place for the low-cost gun, especially one that comes with glasses and a laser. You know, it's a good starter gun for somebody looking to get into the hobby. Alright, so that wraps up this preview of the King Arms Colt M4A1 all-metal airsoft rifle. The Western Arms Smith & Wesson Shorty 40 right here. Deal of the century. This one is not for sale in the Replica Airgun store. I wish I could find more of these types of bargains, but they are kind of hard to find. And when you do stumble on them, make sure to take advantage of it. Again, this is an airsoft gun, 6mm plastic BB. And lastly, the Swiss Arms 6R GSR 1911 with laser, BBs, and protective eyewear. Again, thanks for watching another Replica Airguns video. Make sure to check out my Replica Airgun store, Canada and US, for some of these products available there. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. You'll get notified of all my new videos as they come out. And you can also check out my Twitter and Facebook channels. Replica Airguns is the username. Thanks again for watching another video, and until my upcoming reviews, take care.